Alright, today's video is going to be dripping. I know it's a very simple concept, but it's kind of tricky to get consistent with it and not flood your atomizer. I'll be using the Gemini2 today. Everything I do with this, you can pretty much apply the Vigo since they use the same shape atomizers. And I'll also be using my Ion Special Edition. I do want to include this one on the video because of the length of the atomizer. I do a little bit of a different method. I don't have an Elite right now because it's on loan trying to get a convert, but if there's enough requests, I'll make a video for that. Now there's a few different ways that you can actually use to drip. First off, you can use a drip tip, which Revolver sells on the site. And they just have a straight hole right down to the atomizer. They've got a couple different styles. Like here's the contoured. That one's a Delrin. And here is this shape. It only comes in the chrome. I really only use this one on Vigos because it's so heavy it really offsets the balance of a regular cigarette. Now, if you don't have a drip tip or don't plan on getting a drip tip, you can try this right now with the carts that you already have. So if you're a big fan of the flat tips, you can use these. Just pull out the cart, or a lot of the atomizers will come with this blank right on it. And for everybody who's a real big fan of the flat tips, they fit on the Vigo or the Gemini. So there you go. Alright, for this video I'm going to be using Cheesecake 16 made. Start off on the Gemini. I do like to point out that I prefer to use the 10 milliliter bottles for dripping. The 5 milliliters are a little bit too hard to press. You might squeeze too hard and get too much in there. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, the 30 mil is way too easy to get liquid out of, and you could just flood your atomizer very easily. So I'll just make sure my Gemini's dry. Really light vapor. It's pretty much dry. Now on a completely dry, like you're absolutely sure, what you'll do is you'll just take and drip 3 drops in there. Now if you're dripping through the drip tip, you can't really see it in the video, but there's a little bit of a lip on there. And juice can get caught on that, so it's always best to have a tissue or something, or your shirt, and just wipe out a little bit of the juice. It usually takes a couple of vapes to get the flavor going. Now for a lot of people, this gives a little bit better throat hit, and it also conserves juice a little bit. A lot of people waste a lot in their carts. Now if you mastered filler and all that other stuff, you might be able to get all the juice out of the carts, but for a lot of people they still lose a lot in every cart. And it's as simple as that. If you're going to be using the cartridge tips, you'll just pop that off and drip right on there. But that is the method that I always use for the Ion. Now with the Ion, since it has that longer travel tube, it's easier for liquid to get stuck on the sides and just kind of slowly make its way down. But if you vape it right away, you might pull that liquid back up into it. That one's still got quite a bit of liquid in it. So we'll do just 2 drops on this one. I forgot the tip. Okay, here we go. Just 1, 2. Now if you have a freshly cleaned atomizer and it's dried overnight and everything, the bridge will absorb a lot of the drops. So on a freshly cleaned atomizer, you can it usually takes about 5 to 7 drops in order to get it fully performing. And that's pretty much all there is to it. It's a very simple process. I like to do it at home because I'm too lazy to make carts all the time, so I only make carts when I know I'm going to go out and about. But it's very easy to do. And a lot of people who don't want to start chain vaping and just vape and vape and vape away, 3 drops is a pretty good indicator of a normal analog. So if you're one of those people who just want to smoke the same times you would have normally smoked, just throw a couple drops in, go outside or whatever, and do your thing. When it's dry, that's about the same as the one normal cigarette. Now, I don't want to sit here and make you watch me vape for 6 minutes until I get one of them dry, but I will point out that with the Gemini atomizers, when you know they're dry and they need to be replaced, you'll lose vapor production. But with the Ion, for some reason it still makes clouds of vapor, but there's nothing there. What you'll get is kind of a burnt taste, and you'll know when you have no flavor and that kind of really burnt, dry taste. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching.